Good morning, everybody, and thank you all for being here. It's a beautiful day here in sunny South Florida, and I want to thank my colleagues who have joined us here today for a very important moment in time in our community. I want to thank my colleague from Oakland Park, Mayor Matthew Sparks, and also my colleague from Wilton Manors, Vice Mayor Tom Green. I also like to recognize our additional colleagues, Paul Rowley, also Commissioner from Wilton Manors, as well as Tim Lonergan, who is from Oakland Park. Thank you all for being here. We really appreciate it. I also want to thank Paco Vélez, the CEO of Feeding South Florida, for being here today. Paco, thank you so much. So we're coming here today. Yes, exactly. So we're coming here today, this morning, representing a great example of what teamwork and public service is all about. In a time when we often hear about disagreements between cities, it's refreshing to be a part of a tri-city partnership that is making a difference in our community. And that is exactly what these cities collectively have done throughout these last several weeks: Fort Lauderdale, Oakland Park, and Wilton Manors. We recognize that there was a tremendous need in our area, and we've come together to do something to help those individuals and families that have been hit hardest by the COVID-19 virus. Partnering with Feeding South Florida has provided us with the means to bring essential groceries to our community on a weekly basis. Partnering with the cities of Oakland Park and Wilton Manors gave us the organization, the labor, the resources to make the events run smoothly and efficiently. It has truly been a win-win situation for everyone. I'm grateful to Feeding South Florida for all the assistance and thankful to all the employees of Fort Lauderdale, Oakland Park, and Wilton Manors for their tremendous work in putting these efforts together every single week. We realize that Feeding South Florida depends on contributions to continue its mission of providing access to healthy and nutritious meals in an effort to end hunger in South Florida. That's why this morning all three cities are happy to be able to make a contribution to Feeding South Florida so that it can continue to carry out its important work. Last year alone, the organization distributed nearly 62 million pounds of food, which equates to 51.5 million meals to more than 700,000 individuals here in South Florida. That's including 236,000 children and 100,000 older adults. It's clear that Feeding South Florida has made a tremendous positive impact on our community, but that much more work lies ahead. Through partnerships with communities like Fort Lauderdale, Oakland Park, and Wilton Manors, we can help the organization get closer to fulfilling its vision of a hunger-free South Florida. So we can't thank all the communities enough for the effort that they put together, not just today, but these last several weeks. And I'd like to introduce my colleague from Oakland Park, Mayor Matthew Sparks. Matt, do you have a few words you'd like to contribute? Where are you?
Thank you, sir. I just wanted to, thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to add my thanks to the collaboration of the cities of Fort Lauderdale, Wilton Manors, and our city, Oakland Park. And really, I want to thank those behind the scenes that are here weekly, passing out food, doing the work. Above all, thank you, Feeding South Florida, for coming to our cities, helping those in need. And we're happy to do whatever we can to support those who need at this time and support those who give at this time. So with that, I'll just keep it short and sweet and say thank you all. Thank you, volunteers. Thank you, staff. Thank you for everybody who put this together.
Thank you, Mayor. Tom?
Thank you for everyone in this collaboration, particularly Feeding South Florida. I've known about Feeding South Florida for many years. Several years ago, I helped put together some food boxes so that they could be distributed in elementary schools on Friday afternoon, so these children could have some food to eat during the weekend. I want to thank the mayors for being here. I want to thank the staffs for all the three cities involved. The staffs are our family, and they mean a great deal to us. The employees are very important. This virus has made it necessary to change the way we do things in many ways. The way we work, the way we communicate, and even now the way we graduate. But some things never change. Families need safety and they need a job. And families need food. And when there is a problem our communities must step in, and they do step in. And that's why we have done this, and it is an honor for us to participate in this event.
Thank you, gentlemen. And it is now with a great pleasure that I have the honor to introduce Paco Vélez, the CEO of Feeding South Florida. Paco, you would like to share with us a few words?
Sure, thank you. Thank you, Mayor. And good morning, everyone. First of all, a huge thank you to the three cities for coming together to set an amazing example for the rest of South Florida. Municipalities coming together to serve our families that are struggling to put food on the table. Another thank you to the three cities for coming together to provide 63,000 meals for our families who find themselves in a situation where they're struggling to make a decision on paying rent and putting food on the table for their kids. Last year, Mayor Trantelis mentioned, last year Feeding South Florida distributed over 61.5 million pounds of food. As of last week, with 6.5 weeks to go in our fiscal year, we've distributed over 91 million pounds of food this year. During this pandemic, we've more than doubled our distribution efforts, especially here in Broward, but all of South Florida. There's a huge need. We've gone from serving 706,000 individuals to over 1.1 million individuals who are struggling to put food on the table. And it's with the partnership, just like the cities of Fort Lauderdale, Oakland Park, and Wilton Manors, that make this kind of distribution and helping families possible. So a huge thank you to the mayors, to the staff, to the volunteers. If it wasn't for the volunteers behind us, we wouldn't be able to do these distributions all over South Florida. They come out here rain or shine, and you guys have seen that it's been raining lately. It was raining this morning. So thank you to the group of volunteers who really come out, rain or shine, to make sure families have food on in their cars, on their tables, and in their bellies. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Vice Mayor, and thank you, Mayor, for your partnership.
Thank you, Paco. Thank you. I think those words bear repeating. It is truly a unbelievable undertaking by all these volunteers who come every single week. Let's hear a round of applause for the volunteers that come every single week. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Wave. Come on. So at this point, it is now our pleasure as the mayors of the three cities to present Feeding South Florida with a $9,000 donation on behalf of Fort Lauderdale, Oakland Park, and Wilton Manors. Again, I want to thank everything that you have done, that you continue to do, and that we hope that God blesses your great work.